Okay, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody doing okay. Grand rising, grand night, good evening to some. Hope everybody doing okay now. This what I want to get on is real life and religions. Cause some people still don't believe that these governments control religions or these governments put religions in front of the people to keep the people down. And I say his name, the white Jesus they created, have many people around the world fooled. And the people that he got fooled the most is black people. Because I asked myself many times since I was a kid. I used to hear people say Jesus coming back. And I was watching the people in the community that we lived in struggle. And some people would probably say, oh, everybody was struggling on their own, or they were struggling because they made themselves struggle. Okay, that's cool. In America, where some people are struggling to eat, some people are struggling to find a house, some people are struggling just to find their way. Before 1865 in America, when black people was being enslaved in America, I always ask myself, where was Jesus? Where was he? Because if you're going to tell my people that he died for our sins, right? We wasn't sinning. The Caucasian man was sinning. When they was enslaving us in America, in Africa, in all different parts of the world. So if we're going to talk real, and we're not going to make up stories and lies and be delusional, who is going to cast them out for their sinning? Cutting male genitals off, cutting female breasts off, throwing females in the ocean, whipping men backs until you can see lines and bloods and white flesh. I always ask myself as a kid, where was Jesus? Where was any of these religions when my people was getting beat down? Where? And it just so happened that when you let us out of your so-called slavery in America and around the world, some people still believe in what you taught them, and some people didn't believe what you taught them because we knew right from wrong. And a lot of the people that was black, that was enslaved, they knew that it wasn't nobody coming to save them but themselves. Because it's funny where people will try to teach people around the world about different religions and say you need to seek this and it'll change your life. But why didn't that religion just come and change these people's lives? Why must you come to people after they done hurt and beaten and battered and with nothing? And you tell them that some Caucasian man with long hair gonna save them, and he died for their sins. Where? When? How? Why? Like, it's funny how people could just tell people stuff with no backup, with no weight. You know, because all around the world, people lie to you day by day about a lot of different religions. But as I always said, if you ain't with the religion that's helping the people fight against oppression, you straight up and down with the wrong religion. And to be honest with you, it's sad that the people need religion, but these governments don't need religion, because these governments around the world already know the deal. But to keep you closed in, to keep you blinded, they will give you the three major religions of the world to control you and to keep you down. Never find your true self, because if you find your true self, you will fight back, and you will fight back mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's what they don't want to happen, because they must keep you in control, and they must keep us all divided as humans. Like, do not get this little mistaken so-called war of black versus white. That's one of the biggest distractions. Because if you really want to think about it, the Caucasian species is the last species and the weakest species on Earth. So, when you look at this thing, taking over the planet with their technology and their greed was their only way to be on others' level somehow. And this is why they use the materialistic things around the world and that they created to hold all different type of people down. Because they know the lust of your mind and your heart and what you see. They know some people would fiend for certain things. They know some people would lust for certain things. You gotta understand, if you know how to control a human, you will make many humans do many things. And that's what they're doing today, where you have different humans fighting each other over religions, countries, color. It's not supposed to be like that. And they'll make you be the scapegoat. They'll make you be the little one. And this is why I always want to teach people, whatever you want to call God or your superior being, it's cool. Don't matter what you want to call your God or your superior being, he or she. We all still came from the same all spark. Okay? We all came from the same thing. Every single human is an offspring. So people could keep arguing. That's why I ain't with that religious arguments no more. I'm not gonna argue over a religion when I know the truth. You can't argue what man wrote down when you know what's living here before man wrote down things. You can't divide the people when you know man tried to divide the people and cover it up. Because that's all it is. Because if people can't gather together and fight against the evil in the world, what is your religion really worth? What is your religion teaching you when you are watching? Because I never tell people that you don't gotta know what I know, or you don't gotta believe in what I know. But one thing I don't like people to do is to play delusional. You ain't gotta follow me at all, but you ain't gotta play delusional to real life. You know, you ain't gotta play delusional to seeing people starving in the world, seeing people struggling. But the thing is, people are so crazy that they'll blame them people starving and struggling. They'll blame them people for starving and struggling. Because this how sad this situation is. When you try to out these people, you will have the people defending them. And that's how strong this thing is. Okay, everything is put together. From the religions, to the schools, to the jobs. Everything is added in together. It's a big system. It's a big program. And if you go against the program, you'll be what they call an outsider, or an atheist, or a terrorist, extremist, a person that don't have sense. You'll be called many different things. But are you wrong for not liking how people are treating other people? Are you wrong for seeing bad things in the world? Are you wrong for wanting people to live good? No, you're not wrong. You're actually right if you want people to live good. You're not wrong. They pull a mask over the people's eyes and telling the people that they will make the people live good, but as you see what's happening. It ain't nothing to believe in, but it's something to know. You need to wake that God up inside of you. Okay? You need to wake that God up inside of you. And for the people that are melanated and don't know and don't believe in the God inside of them, keep on believing in something that will never happen. Because once you live in, you better be able to know yourself and believe in yourself. You better know who you are. And you better know what you're living in. Okay? Because whether it's Prophet Muhammad, whether it's Buddha, whether it's Allah, whether it's Jesus, or whatever name people want to use, that or they or thee must help the people fight against the oppression. It ain't no other way, okay? You must fight against oppression. It ain't no other way. Because other than that, everybody on earth is into slavery. And everybody on earth is into a program. But some people like to suffer. Some people don't care to suffer. And some people don't care to watch others suffer. Because when things happen in this world, like Pearl Harbor, where was the religions? When you had fighter jets flying into a battleship. 9/11. And you had people taking airplanes, flying them into buildings. Where was all the religions? Hmm? Okay, I seen people doing work though. I seen people trying to save people. I was one of them. So in Jamaica, what's going on right now, what been going on in the history of Jamaica and Haiti, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. What's going on in all these places where the local people can't live good, where the local people are suffering. But this is nice places for people to go on vacation, right? It's nice for you to have a nice time. You call these vacation places, but you know not what the people go through living there. And that's why I tell you, a lot of religions insult the realness of life. Because you could go to a place for a vacation, but where you vacationing, you don't know about the negative energy that's going on down in that island. You don't know how them people is suffering in Jamaica or Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic. But you came down there for a vacation to have fun. Okay. You don't know how they live down there, but you leave your quote-unquote nice country and go down to the Caribbean islands for a vacation. But some people don't see how sick it is because they call it a vacation. You leave good old America or Canada or London, and then you go to the Caribbean islands and you have a vacation, but you don't know how these people on the Caribbean islands are living. You only see the good parts. It's just like when you come to America. You see the nice Wall Street. You see 14th Street, 34th Street. You see the nice trees and stuff in California and Florida. But people don't see the ghetto in Florida. They don't see little Haiti in Florida. They don't see how the people are struggling. They don't see in Brooklyn how the people are struggling. They don't see in the Bronx how the people are struggling. People are struggling all around the world. People are crying all around the world. Where it may look nice, it has a dark background, and it gonna change. It's gonna change because this can't be life for people, and it ain't life. Some people come on YouTube and say they making content. I really don't know how to make content. I just know how to make real life, I put real life on this YouTube joint or whatever they want to call it, this app. I can't, making content is making content is what they call it, but I just call it putting real life on this application, And I'm going to say this bold and brave too. If melanated people came before you, Caucasian people, you got to be blasphemy for yourself to actually think that you have a Caucasian savior around the world named Jesus Christ. Selassie I the first, man. Rules all nations, kings of kings, lords of lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. 72 nations bow before him. The one that cracked the seventh seal. Okay, like, no matter what people say about Haile Selassie, I'm gonna always ride with the king. Gonna always ride with my Lord. No matter what. Nobody can't tell me no different or nothing else. And that'll be kind of the last time I'll be talking about anything too much that got to do with Rasta. I don't put Rasta on this YouTube thing because my real life, many people take Rasta for a joke. And us being Rasta, it ain't a joke to me since I was a kid and since I can remember. So I wouldn't let a world that don't have no respect disrespect something that I love. Because I don't play with it. You know, because they'll teach you all these different type of things. And people will want to judge Rasta just because of marijuana. They want to judge us just because of our hair. We don't look to judge y'all. We just look to burn a fire on y'all because you need it. You need a fire. You need to be purified. You need to be cured. You need to be burnt out. And some of them, you just gotta leave them. Let them fall on the wayside. Because some of them really don't know better. And that's all they'll do is judge Rasta, judge. But as the story go, you can't judge Dread in this universe. Because don't matter how smart some of the college people are, you could get young Rastas, teenagers, that will show your college students how smart they are. You know? And they ain't stupid at all. And our elders ain't stupid at all. And our ancestors could never be stupid. So when you think it's a game, in these times that we living in now, no. A lot of us must carry on tradition. And a lot of us are carrying on tradition, excuse me. A lot of us are carrying on tradition. Some people will cut the line. But many of us will tie the knot back together. And we will pull. And we'll make it. Just remember, the sellouts, they would always sell out. They would always sell out. They will never see what they supposed to see. They'll only see what they want to see. And in life, that's not the way of seeing things, of what you want to see. You got to see what's real and you got to see what's there. Because when you see what you want to see, you're only seeing from your individual eyesight, your individual mind. But you're not looking universal. You're not looking at from all angles. You're only looking at it from two angles, from your eyes to what you see. And that's not a good way of looking at anything, even yourself, because you must be able to grow. You must be able to evolve. And if you can't grow or evolve, you're stuck somewhere. Like a mountain that can't move. The weather will change. It'll rain on you. It'll snow on you. The sun will beam on you. Trees will fall on you. But you'll still be there. In the same position. In the same spot. Yeah, you may survive, but you're not living. Because I see they really trying to take life and turn it into the TV. And some people probably saying, what do I mean? Where almost everything is digital. And there will be no more manual working. Humans will be bought out. The majority of the things that you see humans do, they won't do no more. Because if you can use a hand or a foot, that's when a robot will come in, will take your place. Even with things like sailing boats, you know, even things like receptionists, waiters, train conductors, all of these things they are trying to change. Even a principal. Simple things like a principal, they will change too, where one day you will see a robotic principal that maybe wouldn't leave that office and will just talk commands out of their mouth. It's robots and digital system versus the humans and natural nature. And this is to show you how certain people really don't like nature because they wasn't part of nature. So they tried everything to go against it. Yeah, it may sound sick to say that some humans hate nature, but it's just the truth. And they'll fight against it every day as they're doing now. You know, because people take airplane flights every day, right, to go around the world. Before, people had airplanes. People was using boats to do one thing that we call navigate around the world. You know, and when you look back in ancient times, they been had compass. That's why when they call some of our ancestors sun worshippers, they didn't worship the sun. They worshiped the universe and respected the Most High because they know everything was one. But modern day man come and mess up the original order of things, the natural nature order of things, and change everything into his way. And if you don't live in order to his way, you're being disrespectful around this world. Don't matter if it's in London, Canada, China, Japan, wherever. They don't want you to mess up the structure they built. But people have to understand that the walls must come down. It must be down because if you want to live like this, it's cool. But not many people in the world want to live like this because it's not life. It's not living. Ain't nothing good about it. Ain't nothing cool about it. And the only thing you're doing is sucking people blood and sucking people's souls and sucking people energy. Where you see a world of people are tired every day, but people still try to stand up and be proud of who they are. People still wake up and fight. Even though some people don't even know what they're fighting for. There have to come a time where people really wake up and communicate within each other together. And I ain't talking about these nations. And that's one good thing about the internet. Yeah, different people around the world connecting. But when you connect them, make sure you connect on a positive scale, on a good scale. Do not try to add more destruction to the world. Because a lot of people, that's the energy they live with. They want to add more destruction to the world. The world in chaos. But as I always say, can't give them what they want. Gotta give them what they don't want. God bless and thank you to everybody that joined this live. Have a great day. Much love.